Hey, see, over the years, traditions of Christmas has changed over time. And today I'm at the Tryon Palace in New Bern, where we're going to take a guided tour to discover holiday traditions and special items used in the last 300 years. Joining us now is Hadley Cheris. She is the lead decorator for the Tryon Palace and Gardens. Hi, thank you so much.
Hi, it's great to have you.
Awesome, yes, and we are super excited for this event, Traditions of Christmas Past, and we are standing in the iconic and gorgeous Stanley House, one of the many homes on the Tryon Palace and Gardens.
Yes, it's one of our most original kind of historic houses, and so we're very excited to tour that and a few others today.
So tell us about this tour.
So this is something that came about a couple of years ago. We have a palace decor tour specifically, but we'd realized that a lot of people were kind of confused about when we get some of our more modern Christmas traditions. And so this tour enables us to showcase several of the buildings that aren't regularly toured necessarily, and kind of time jump through history and show people when we gain those, because we're forever getting the question of why is there no Christmas trees in the palace? And so this tour helps answer some of those questions.
Okay, so this tour will answer a lot of our questions that we may have. So tell us about some of the traditions. What are some Christmas traditions that has passed over time? What has changed?
So one of the interesting things that we really don't think of today is that, especially in the 18th century and early 19th century, Christmas is a much bigger party season than it is really a religious season, especially down here in the southern colonies. So they are going to be much more heavily into what's on the table than necessarily what's on the walls. So we do a bit of both because we know that people have expectations. But we do try and kind of highlight the areas that are going to be different. And most of that, especially for our early traditions, is that they're much more modestly decorated.
And the journey of Traditions of Christmas Past begins.
Now, the table spread you see before you is very traditional of what we may do in the time period. So like we said, parties are a big deal for the season. In the season and in that time, we're going to eat vegetables because we know we ought to, but not because we really like them. Having meat and a lot of it on the table is going to be much more common. You see our decor maintains kind of the same as the Stanley House. We're fairly kind of subdued. We've got bits and pieces of things we could collect, whatever evergreens we've got from outside, but we have a new feature. We have got Christmas trees. This is a faux Christmas tree, and this actually comes to be in that post-World War period. While people are living much less rurally and moving into city centers, may not have as much access to freshly harvested trees or may not have the space for them in apartments. And so you start to see the kind of newness of trees.
I have not seen an aluminum tree like this since maybe when I was a kid in the early 60s. And I remember the first time I ever saw it, I went to a neighbor's house and I'm looking, what is wrong with your tree? This is different. And what I remember is it was a darker room and they had two of these spinning lights like we see here, one on each side spinning, and the reflection in that, which we don't really see today right this moment, if it has to be darker. But it was so interesting to see all the different colors popping.
Y'all, that was so much fun and entertaining and enlightening on Traditions of Christmas Past. This is Eventful. Till next time on Hello ENC.